Welcome back, my friends. We're talking about protecting your Dark Elixir in the base that I'm using right now, and it's going to be a series. I'm going to do a number of bases here in the future for you, but here's the first one, and let me break it down to you. This is a base I created. Now, obviously, when you're protecting your Dark Elixir, you're really protecting against your average player. If it's a good attacker, they're going to be able to 3-star your base, this base, so it won't even matter. But here is kind of my layout. And you can tell I've got my Dark Elixir in the core there and everything around the perimeter. Now look at this. Look at what I've got going for me here. So I have all the defenses. I'm going to... I have all the defenses right here on the outside perimeter, and they're all within spacing of each other, so that way, unless they create a super wide funnel, which bad players won't, they'll just circle around the entire base. Their troops will get damaged, and then as they come into the core, they're going to have to deal with Inferno Towers, my air traps, and everything there in the core, so nothing's going to be able to take it down. Now, I've got heroes on this side. Gold storage is over here as well with the heroes, and my traps are over here. So, you can take a screenshot of this. It's definitely proven to be well. And again, you are not going... Here is a scout view. Maybe this will help you. The scout view of this. I know it looks formidable. Came up with this on my own, just kind of playing around and tinkering with it. But let me show you a couple defenses and why I kind of like this. Now, sometimes I have a CC and sometimes not. But again, you are just trying to defend against bad attackers. So here's a first one. Now, I know this is not even a maxed attacker, but this is your typical probably Clash attacker. He's okay. He knows a little bit, but he's not good enough to 3-star a base like this. And even if you're not maxed out like me, this strategy will still work because you'll be facing people generally on your town hall level, so you don't have to worry about that. But look at this. No CC. I didn't even have a CC in this, nor my king and queen up. So this is a defense, just straight defense. No help from the CC or the king or queen. So I kind of like this a lot. Now he is definitely trying to take down my air defenses and going to try to push into the core. Now I'm giving up obviously the gold. I don't care about the gold or elixir. I'm just trying to protect my Dark Elixir. You can tell it's right there in the core, just protecting my Dark Elixir, so that way I can upgrade my heroes and get all the dark troops upgraded as well. So of course my base is pretty much obliterated. I mean, you can't really defend it, but look at these loons coming into the core. Oh my. He does have a freeze, but look at this. They're gonna get annihilated. All the traps taking down the loons. Nothing can stop it, even with the freeze. Now the minions, eventually all these troops are gonna go into the core here. But it won't even matter because he can't do anything about it. Look, these loons here, they're not going to do anything. Look at that. Perfection, nothing. So, totally defended. I did lose some Dark Elixir because of my pumps on the outside, the drills. But this main storage was A-okay. You can't take me down. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes. Now, let me show you another attack. What do I have here? So, this was a Barch. Again, this is your typical kind of attacker that if they're coming in with a Barch, they're never going to be able to into the core. Now they did get some Dark Elixir only because I had stuff in the pumps and obviously the town hall. You are going to lose trophies this way, but look, Barch strategy cannot, even if you weren't maxed out like me, Barch cannot get to this core. Because first of all, they're not going to get around the defenses. I'm really speeding it up. He's trying to do a queen walk into a Barch with goblins. Not gonna work. There's no way. Look, he does get free gold, so I guess if you're after gold, that might be a strategy, but you're not gonna get the elusive Dark Elixir no matter what you do. Even with the queen walk, fail city. Oh yes, protecting the resources of all resources. Look at this. Let's try this. Now this is a dragon. Now I know it's low level hero. Let's see. Here's some of those are low-level heroes, but let me show you this dragon attack. Even dragons can't take it down. Now, I know they're not maxed out dragons, nor does he have maxed heroes, but again, if you face similar troop compositions like this, you are going to encounter this as well. So, you don't have to worry about losing your Dark Elixir, even to troops. Again, just imagine attackers coming at you that aren't, skilled, because there's so many Clash of Clans players that, look, they just spam their dragons and hope. But because the dragons are so dumb, they're definitely not going to the core. Any sort of unit like P.E.K.K.A.s or giants, they'll circle around the base first and then come into the core afterwards. But look, gonna speed it up. Nothing he can do. Doesn't matter. The dragon just circle around. That's the beauty of it. Got this huge gap in the core. Nothing's going to pull the dragons into the defensive there. And he just doesn't have the firepower. Even if he brought max heroes and did this dragon attack, he would not have gotten into the core. Even with max heroes. Yes, the heroes would have done a lot of damage, more damage, but not enough to get into the core, even with the maxed out heroes. I did have, obviously, you can't win every time. You got to keep in mind, people are going to take your elixir, and I'm going to show you one of those attacks, right? Let's show you the loon attack. Now, this can happen, and, not even maxed heroes, but why can this happen? Well, if you kind of know what you're doing, you're going to get screwed just a little bit, because, see, his queen walk's going to get so much because I don't have any of my traps on the outside. Now, you can put maybe a couple of dark mines on the outside perimeter. That might help. However, this would have been a different story if I had a CC, which I don't, and my queen up. Would have made a huge difference. Totally huge difference, because look, the CC would have come out, taken down some of those loons, to hurt those loons a lot and done a lot of damage. But if you have a strong CC, so just keep that in mind. It can defend. Obviously, you want to have the best defense as possible. Now, again, this base is not a war base. This is a total farming base. The whole purpose of this base is protecting the Dark Elixir, nothing else. If you want to protect other resources, like a good resource base, don't do that. But look, he did, his loons went in there, going to lose those. Now, let's, how is he going to get to does he even get to the core? And how does he get to core? I want to see it. I assume his queen goes into the core, because look, these little loons are not, they can't handle that. He's got a couple loons trickling in, but it's not enough. It actually kind of helped him that he didn't have the bulk of his loons going to the core, because all my traps would destroy the bulk of the loons. But I'm afraid the queen's going to enter in, and with her ability, she's probably going to get down that town hall. Now, you can kind of rearrange. Oh, here they come into the core. Okay. So, unfortunate there. Yeah, with a rage, going to take it down. I guess the pups are going to get the Dark Elixir. Ah, look at that. Those stinking little pups. Ah, that's too bad. Very too bad. If he didn't have those pups, look, the queen would have still circled around, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, it happens. It happens. You're going to get attacked and you're going to be taken down. But you can tell he didn't really know what he was doing. He was not a good attacker. He just kind of got lucky that he had, at the very beginning, had a couple loons trickle in and trigger most of the traps in the core there. So, yeah, what can you do about it, huh? What can you do about it? I guess you can't do much of anything. Let's see. I had a... What other defenses can I show? This was a Barch army. Here is the loon one I showed you. Let me show you this one. This is another replay where I defended. Now, this is your typical attacker. This is the Lava Loonian. Most people are rocking this because hounds are, they use like 1 or 2 hounds, and then the rest they loon it up, and then some minions for cleanup. I don't think I showed this one. This is like a queen walk. Did I already show this one? I don't think I did. If I did, well, no, I didn't show this one. I know I didn't show. Look, so he does. Look, he doesn't even have max loons. And how is he going to get to the core? Now, you could maybe change this up. I don't know how he does it. Obviously, he's trying to funnel. But he doesn't get to the core. I think he fails on this one. Yeah. So he doesn't even get to the core. I don't think he can. Yeah, definitely not getting to the core on this one. Again, doesn't even know how to create the funnel to get his loons into the core. Can't handle it. Of course, he doesn't have max troops, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, but look, this time I have a CC, and it stopped that queen walk cold, my friends. Stopped it cold, ran out of time. Another successful defense from yours truly. Halo Okraheads protecting the elusive Dark Elixir storage. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video helped you. I'm going to show you a final screenshot of this. You can take a picture of that. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Please subscribe. Come back for more. I'm going to be showing some more Dark Elixir army composite or bases in the future, and even resource protecting bases. So take care. Halo out.